Hello, Saggy. Time to bring back the fun, the good times, the good feels, the why not. That was a song. I was listening to the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, and when that came on, I just thought of you and thought someone needs to bring some fun back into their relationships or into their approach to love. That is Hey Baby by Bruce Channel. I do hope that that gets to go through to you. It was lots of fun. It's got such a good energy. I do hope you enjoyed that wee bop. Do YouTube that song and have a listen to it and see what your thoughts are. But that's the original. There have obviously been many remakes of it, but get amongst it, Sag. Let's get fun. We are doing your mid-August love check-in. We're going to pull 3 cards, use some oracle cards and some affirmation cards as well, so we've got like a really nice well-rounded thing. But before we pull your first oracle card, there is a theme for my collective, for you that are tuning in, something to do with Greek, going to Greece, Greek myths, Greek gods. As I was thinking of the collection of cards I want to use today, I want to really use the Elysian Tarot, which is Greek gods and myths. And I was drawn to wear the little Medusa pin that I was given by Lucia, who created the deck, as my clarifying deck, because I always have at least 2. I really want to use the Aphrodite deck. And it was when I put them both on the table, I was like, oh my God, they're both Greek decks. There's something in this. I then bought the Odyssey by Homer on Friday, because I really want to attempt to reread that. I tried it as a teenager and for fun, thinking I could, and then was like, yeah, it's a thing. So Emily Wilson's version of that, and it's really fantastic. So I'm getting into that. And also this Medusa pin. I bumped into someone on Friday and they were talking about this book, Stone Blind by Haynes. And I was like, oh, I should check that out. And I realized it's Medusa. And then I'm thinking, someone out there has got resting bee face. It's time for you to sit back, to drop the pythons, pop the pythons back under your cap, your hat, under your weave, whatever it is time to let down the defenses a little bit. Whether you are single or in a relationship, it's time to stop that stare that stops people in their tracks and allows people to come towards you. Without further ado, dear Saggy, I've actually got Sag in my South Node. So previous lifetime, I was one of you fine, fiery people. Let's take a look at what it is that you need to know in love as we check in. What do you need to know? Let's take you an oracle card from the Mystical Moments Oracle deck. To the moon and back. Could this not be? Right, so what you can't see here is this card. Before I started reading tarot cards and oracle, I bought this print off this random website. I was so drawn to it. It's not normally my style, but I was so enamored with the design and the texture and the look of it. And then once I bought this oracle deck, I was flipping through and I saw this, and it's literally here on my wall. So she is constantly observing and minding us while I read for you, and I couldn't believe the synchronicity of buying my first ever oracle deck and then realizing that this print that I absolutely loved is an oracle card. So all these signs and synchronicities, it's time for you to think of that Sagittarius, signs and synchronicities. There's an alliteration there, there's a pattern, there's a theme, whether it's positive or negative. It's time to open up, Sag, and look at the world around you. To the moon and back. You have got spirits protecting you right now. You've got angel wings as a dress. You've got a couple of parrots that are keeping an eye on you, that are whispering sweet nothings to you, but I don't think you're paying too much attention to what's going on around. So do what you do to ground and get back into feeling like yourself and trusting your gut again. Let's take a look at the meaning of the card. It is card 51. You could be 51, born in 1951, 6 could be a number for you, or 5 or 1. You could be born on any one of those dates as well. But let's see, to the moon and back, what does this have for you? It is all about desires, wishes, and longing. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. True story, a lot of my report cards from primary school when I was a young girl were written by my teachers going, Erin's a really wonderful student, but she's always looking out the window. It's like, yeah, there's more interesting things going on, so let's look at more interesting things, okay? Daydreaming. Daydreaming can be really helpful for our mental state when we are in a high cortisol moment or a high stress. That's a downloaded message for someone very specific. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any kind of unpredictable desires. We just had a full moon in Aquarius, which is about collective thinking, thinking about things differently, seeing things from a different point of view. Did you do any full moon rituals? If not, maybe you can seek a full moon in the next full moon, which might even be Gemini. I'll have to double check. Or if you know, do pop it in the comments below. But it's time for you to harness the power of the moon, and also harnessing the power of the moon is also harnessing your fears. The moon in the tarot cards is about fears, or what lurks beneath and what we're unable to confront or not able to see clearly, or perhaps a little bit delulu as well. So it'll be interesting to see if the moon card does come up. The moon is also associated with the signs of Cancer and Pisces as well. But let's pull your oracle card, Saggy. Let's get you 3 cards and then we'll clarify with the second deck. What do you need to know most about in love in this month? 6 of Swords, 2 of Arrows, which is the 2 of Wands in this deck, 9 of Wands, 9 of Arrows, 7 of Coins. Bottom of the deck, we'll look together, 6 of Cups. Interesting, as I'm recording this, it is the very last day of Mercury retrograde, so 6 of Cups can, for some people, be about past life connections, soul connections, people returning from your past. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an ex, it could be someone that you've known for some time, but it can also mean this element of nostalgia and childhood and fun and things that brought you joy as a little person can bring you joy now in love and connections, and perhaps seeing love and connections in a trusting, hopeful way, the way the child sees the world, is a message that's coming through for you. 6 of Swords, taking what you know and going with it. Leaving those 5 of Swords, leaving that conflict behind, that gossip, that negative thought patterns, those ideas, taking what you've learned from that and then growing your garden and taking the time to stop and smell the roses with these new ideas that are coming towards you. Roses are actually a really beautiful scent. They can really help calm any stressful energy. So the fact that we've got these stressy cards at the bottom, this Ace of Swords, this clarity of thought coming through at the top, surrounded by roses, it's time for you to gather those negative thoughts, bundle them up and just toss them and move on with this clear thinking, because you're thinking clearly, you're wanting something different. We've got the 2 of Arrows, which is the 2 of Wands. It's like stepping on the precipice and seeing that the grass could be greener, that you could make changes in your life, but you're a little bit uncertain. You know you can go towards something else, but you're just held back a little bit in your energy right now. Now I'm getting this message that you could be held back in energy because it could be a financial constraint for you. So you're thinking, how can I make changes in love? Maybe you don't have the money to date right now or join dating apps or what have you. So it's about getting creative and being able to step forward and have yourself be seen if you are single. If you are in a relationship, you can absolutely create romance and joy and fun with spending very little to no money. I used to always put candles on the table, little tea light candles, and call it romance, because no matter what, candles always make a space look beautiful, even if it is a drab rental, or if you're in a council estate and you're trying to beautify it, then candles are a really easy way to do that. That's a message for someone, but it's about getting out there and using your time and your resources wisely. If you are calling in love, if you are in a relationship, it's finding really small, simple ways to help the everyday feel really fantastic. But you are pressure under fire right now. The way that the light is hitting this 9 of Arrows, which is a 9 of Wands, makes me feel like someone feels like they're on fire, they can't escape the fire, that the heat is on them, and it's on them to suffer and to burn and to endure. No one needs to endure anything deeply uncomfortable. So this is about you having the strength, having the passion, holding on to that energy to be able to pursue, to go through this really challenging period right now with what energy you've got left. And then we've got the 7 of Coins, which can be assessing, can be thinking about, what do I really want? Do I want what I've already planted? Do I want to continue nurturing, harvesting that, fertilizing that? Or do I just want to take up root and plant a new seed in a new paddock in a new area? And I feel like some of you are really thinking, you're on that edge of thinking, do I step away? Do I go towards this person? Do I leave this relationship? What am I doing here? You don't have to answer that now. That's just something for you to think about in this, because ultimately you're craving this feeling of feeling seen and being heard and being recognized and feeling like a little kid again in love. Perhaps you're really craving those early stages of connections where you want something new. It's interesting. I always put these, well, for these readings I've been putting these cards, this pile on the left, which would indicate the past, but I've been drawn to put it here, so I feel like this is something you're looking forward to in the future. You are being hopeful and you know that good things can come in towards you, so I feel like you know what you need to do. It's just taking that next step and not dilly-dallying. All right, let's take a look. What do you need to know? Let's take a look. Let's clarify the Six of Swords for you with this Aphrodite deck. You've got the same card. You've got the Two of Wands clarifying the Two of Wands. That's really saying take what you know and take that step. That grass could definitely be greener. You can see that she's kind of thumbing her chin. She's really uncertain. Is this what I do? It's funny because I've got all this like crystal quartz or feathers behind her, so it's either light as a feather or seeing clearly and seeking clarity. You've got this Ace of Wands in the hand, and it's just that moment of Two of Wands, Two of Wands, Four of Wands, wanting marriage, wanting commitment, wanting to step through. Maybe it's this Two of Wands is doubled up because you're wanting something more solid. You're wanting that celebration, that joy. You're wanting a level up in your relationship. You know it's possible, but it's how do you get there? Top of the deck wants to come, actually, and the next card with it. Having strength, Leo season, and then the Lovers, Gemini. So you've got a lot of major arcana cards here. So this is very timely for you right now in the month of August. It is the 8th month. 8 is the infinity symbol when you turn it on its side. It's also harnessing the beast within and having the courage. Maybe one of you has a lisp and you're having the courage to tell someone how you really feel, but perhaps you're self-conscious about how you speak or your accent. Sag, if you're saying something that comes from your heart, then it doesn't matter how it sounds when it comes out, because people will recognize that integrity and authenticity that drives forward. But you've got the Lovers card here, which is Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, you could be dealing with a Leo as well, or have those prominently in your chart. The Lovers card can be the lovers, can be a divine connection, can feel like a soulmate. Or appear like a soulmate, but the Lovers is also about making a choice and making a choice from the heart. So as you step forward, do what you feel is best for you here in that moment. If you are in a relationship and it's at its end, but you're trying to do the right thing by them, it's time to put yourself forward. Okay. Let's take a look. Why is the Nine of Arrows, the Nine of Wands here for you? Let's clarify. None of those. If this resonates, do pop a comment below or like, share, subscribe to the channel. Death. Scorpio energy. So death isn't death. Let's put a little positive evil eye on there so you feel more protected. Death is transformation. It's completely going, I need to transform this situation. I recognize that I'm burnt out, that I'm tired. I need to step forward, and you need to do that for yourself. You need to have the strength to step forward. You've got the Two of Wands, stepping forwards cards twice on top of each other and making good decisions here. Perhaps moving towards that Gemini, or using the Gemini intuition. Gemini people, I'm a Gemini, so I can speak to this quite clearly. Gemini, one of their strengths is that they can really see what's going on around them in terms of the 3D, the tangible, the real conversations, but then they have a very, very, very strong intuition, which allows them to kind of see above and beyond that and see the big picture. So when you make your good choices, perhaps it's seeing, does your intuition and that niggly feeling also match what you see around you? And if it does, maybe it's time to blend those and harmonize those two different ways of thinking in order to make the choice that you really seek. That will help you with your transformative moment over here. Then this wants to go with it. 8 of Coins. It's going to be a lot of work. Don't shy away from the amount of work that's going to take to transform. It will be worth it. This could also be perhaps your work is holding you back from meeting people. Perhaps you're pulling 80, 90-hour weeks. You're working multiple jobs to support yourself, support your family, put yourself through university or postgraduate study. So there could be a work element tied to the way you transform and the way you see love. There could be also a transformative moment. Maybe there is someone that you're calling in from work, or you're in a work relationship, or someone that you're in business partnership that you like as well. But I'm more getting this idea of it's time to work on how you see love and work on yourself and transform that, so you're not feeling quite burnt out in this relationship or in the very just idea of dating or seeing somebody. This card wants to come with it. And we have the Princess of Swords, which is our Page of Swords. So sending that message, having that conversation, doing your research, be curious. The Princess of Swords is about curiosity. It's online communications, it's text. Maybe it is sifting through that dating app just one more time to see if there is someone there for you, but changing your perspective as you do and looking at love differently and who you could possibly be going on a date with. I don't advocate dating apps. I've never been on one. I've never opened one. I've never heard a profile on one. Not my jam, but I know that a lot of people have found connection that way, or at least had some stories to tell at the end of the evening. Yeah, growth moments, right? And one more card. And then you've got the Priestess of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is that you're learning and knowing and working on, it's time to act on that. Simple. Simple, simple, simple elevation there. Okay, so let's take a look at the Seven of Coins. What are we assessing? What is it that we're looking at? Any advice here? The Devil. So we've got Capricorn energy. So this could be perhaps if you are in a relationship, it's feeling quite toxic. It's feeling codependent. There are bad habits in this relationship that are formed, and it's time to break away from those bad habits. You're assessing and thinking, how can I make this healthy again? How can I feel good in this connection? If this is you being single, then it's time to recognize your relationship and transform being lots of ideas of transforming what it is to be in love and be in relationships. It's time to transform that relationship idea away from codependency, or that relationships can be toxic, or that relationships can be harmful to you. You could also be just wanting sexy times with this assessing of perhaps you're in a relationship where you're not compatible physically, and so you are a horny little devil and wanting something else and wanting to explore those options as well. No judgment here whatsoever, but it is also Capricorn energy. Again, there could be something to do with Capricorn energy, which is around Christmas. So this could be, you could be going, right, I'm going to give this till Christmas. I'm going to give it time, the time it needs, especially if you're in a long-term relationship. You don't just go up, you don't leave, and you do put a timeline on things to see, okay, if this doesn't turn around by this certain time, then maybe it's time to move on. So there could be something to do with that as well. This card wants to come, so we'll take a look. Oh, it's got a friend to come with it. Six of Cups, soulmate energy, soulmate connections. And the Star, Aquarius energy, and wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wish fulfillment. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot, which begged to be seen. So there could be an element of traveling to meet somebody. Perhaps they're a Cancer, this being the Cancer card. We've just come out of Cancer season now that we're in Leo. But there's definitely something here. This Star and Chariot feels really combined. Perhaps there is a Cancer who is your ultimate wish fulfillment, or perhaps this idea of traveling will be really healing and really nurturing for you. If you're in a relationship and you've never traveled before, that can always be a litmus test of how you go long-term in love. So there could definitely be something here about you traveling together as a source of healing for the relationship. You could be in a relationship where you might be just absolutely shattered and exhausted and wanting to change things up because you're planning your wedding and you just cannot wait for that honeymoon, because you know the two of you coming together on your own is going to be really helpful for this connection. But I'm definitely getting something to do with stars aligning and Cancer and Chariot energy here. Cancer people are very emotionally sensitive. So there could be something to do with healing your emotions. And we've got the Six of Cups here, which is past life connections or soulmate connections as well. So there's a few pieces here that feel like I feel like this is really tied together, Sag, that there is someone in your energy that's coming towards you, you're going towards them, or they are a Cancer. But it really feels like the Star and Cancer are really tied, this Chariot. These two major arcana cards. Interesting that we've got death, transformation, Chariot moving on in a new direction, victory after a hard-won battle. Anytime you transform anything, it's always going to take a minute. It's going to be work. But after you transform, you are going to find yourself feeling very, very healed at the end of this situation, whatever that is for you. Really, really beautiful story here. It starts tricky, but I feel like you've got it within you to make a really positive impact for yourself, your relationship, your outlook, or even just your mental and physical well-being as well. Sometimes we get into relationships and we let ourselves go, thinking we're doing enough to support and please them, and then it's time. That's why I always talk about the glow up when I break up, because people start focusing on themselves again, right? So, peace. I'm a vessel of peace and harmony, and my presence brings tranquility to those around me. Two more affirmation cards. Have fun. And that's the message we got from the very start of your channel, is having fun. I allow myself to have fun, letting laughter and delight be this compass of my journey of life. And one more. We have surrender. I release all the worries, embrace a mindset of peace, knowing that everything will work out for my benefit. That has been your mid-August love check-in, Sag. I do hope there was something here for you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.